So, looking at mods, when you unlock mods, there's a couple different venues in which you can go about getting them and applying them. So I sent you a link to apply them, which kind of, if you go and select the characters within that link, you can kind of pick on the one you want, and then it gives a real good description on, what they recommend based on, trial and error. But it still leaves room for confusion. So we'll go to this character. So as you can see in my mods section, I'm still working on some of her mods. Pretty. Couple of them are low level, and the dots indicate the level, basically the quality you're going to get. So if we go to manage and then we look at it, so we'll pull up this first one. So if they recommend you get something with speed, all right, as a primary stat, or offense as a primary stat, well, offense is this primary stat. So as you can see here at the top, on the right hand side, it says +4 offense. Everything else are secondary stats, so they're benefits to the character. And then when you when you see the max set bonus below, you have to have 4 of the same type of mod to be able to get that max set bonus. So for her, I need to plus her speed up. So a lot of these you can see as I select the next one, +8 protection, nothing speed in there. And this next one, speed, this is a pretty decent mod right here. So I probably won't get rid of this one, but I'll probably be looking at resetting some of these, because for her, you want crit chance up, which is her chance at applying a critical strike, and then you want crit damage up, which is when she does hit a critical strike, it's increased damage. And then, as you can see, there are other attributes that come with these mods: health, protection, potency. Potency talks about the ability to apply an effect, a buff, basically. So when your potency is up, like for her, you can see her, if her cruel strike deals 50% damage to a target with a 50% chance to stun for 1 turn. Right, but if we look at her mods, when you see potency, like 3.12% potency, it talks about the ability for her is increased to apply that effect when she strikes a character to stun them. So that's kind of how you want to lay out your mods when you're searching. Now, when you're in terms of getting mods, there's a couple different ways you can get them. Certain events will carry them, which these two here didn't carry mods. Their rewards were ships and characters and gear and stuff. But certain events will drop mods. Then if you go into shipments, this is a good place to get them. So this right here, this section right here in the middle, in between your Galactic War Battle credits and your ship credits, are mods. I'm not sure if this is unlocked for you, but you can kind of see, like, if I wanted to look at this one, because it's a crit damage mod, which I could add. The primary stat is defense, so I don't want defense. I want to give her speed, and because she's an already fast character and she already does high damage. So by increasing her speed and her ability to do crit damage is where I'm looking to get her to. So I'm going to apply mods that, have, plussed up crit damage and plussed up speed. So that's another place to get it. A couple other places are mod battles and mod challenges. Now, mod battles use your Cantina energy. So as you can see on my screen, I have 53 Cantina energy. So if I want to do mod battles, these are places where I could get going and get some mods. However, the quality isn't that great. You can see in the possible reward section, even here at the end, on this last one, you're guaranteed a mod. It's guaranteed. but it may be a 2 dot or a 1 dot depending on what it gives you, and as well as you'll get some of these other things that come with it. But you don't know what's going to come with that. But these are good to complete. You want to, as you can see, I still have a couple left I need to work on. Second place or third place you can get it is mod challenges, and mod challenges also use your Cantina energy. And these I haven't completed yet. I still have a few because, as you can see on the bottom, like on this last one, speed mods, only resistance allowed. Potency mod, only empire allowed. Offense mods, only first order allowed. And so some of these, I've gotten through part of them. So until I can sim them, I've got some work to do on these still. And I prefer to use my Cantina energy more so in the Cantina battles because I'm trying to farm this dude right here. So using the link that I gave you, as well as knowing what kind of the way you want to set it up, you can help set up your mods better. This character, because she has a stun effect on her deals physical damage to target enemy with a 75% to stun them for 1 turn, right? So I want her to be able to go fast and cycle through. So speed is, I've got speed on almost every one of hers, as you can see, plus 30 speed, plus 4 speed, plus 2 speed, plus 4 speed. But I can get her faster, but I need to start swapping out. And you got to consider too, some characters' health, or some characters aren't as strong as others or can't take nearly as much damage. So finding the balance between speed and health and protection is also a balance you got to look at when adding these mods. So when you get a mod, so let's go to a character who I don't have one on. So I got him on. Okay, so this dude's pretty weak. Grand Moff Tarkin, great character. I just haven't worked him as much as I need to because I'm literally like all over the place in this game. I've focused a lot of my attention on building my Night Sister team, and now I'm starting to play catch up. Night Sister's a great team that's gotten me up in the ranks in terms of the arena battles, which the rewards are higher. So I'm trying to be able to buy more cards with the credits that it gives you. So looking at him, if I've got him stacked up with potency mods because I think that's what the link said to do. However, I don't have. If I go into them and I start looking at what I need to fill, if I want to fill these, these are all the mods that I have for the square mods. When it talks about square on the link, when it talks about square, triangle, arrow, you can see here square, and if you click over here, arrow, diamond, triangle, circle, and cross. Those are the different types it's talking about when it's telling you in this slot, this is what we recommend you put. In this slot, this is what we recommend you put, and so forth. Any of these mods I could stick in there just for temp and be okay. But ultimately, you want to start addressing them and getting them to a point where what they've recommended, because they test. Well, there's a lot of people that play this game that literally, like on YouTube or whatnot, that just get paid and make money by just playing the game and testing stuff out. And but so as you continue to mess with the mods, you're looking at. Oh yeah, one other thing I want to show you. So as you can see, I have level 1 mods in here. So when you get the mods, as you can see, I've got a couple 15s below them. If you want to select this and hit upgrade, so you can upgrade either one at a time like this, or you can hit specific level and you can drag it wherever you want it, considering it takes money. So and then as you can see, once you get it upgraded to 15 all the way, it pluses up and builds all your secondary stats as well. But the primary stack, 8 protection, 8%, it's kind of weak. So these mods are kind of trash. And I really need to put some better stuff in there, which I'll get to. I usually tailor my builds with what's going on in the events, because in doing it that way, it's kind of forced me to start building other teams. So as you can see, like on the hunt, this is going to require, probably bounty hunters. And then the next one, this is probably going to require something else. And then as you scroll down, these require, this like pieces and plans. This requires first order. So, as those pop up is when I usually start getting as far as I can within them, and then I just start dumping energy and gear into those different factions by just pulling up like my first order team. And then just where can I, like my first order officer, I can dump 2 pieces of gear into him and have him almost there. However, I've got 2 up near the front, Phasma and Kylo, that I could 1 more piece of gear. But the gear's intense. Like it takes a little bit to get them. It's not like you can just pick up a piece of gear and throw it in there. You as you've probably already figured out, you gotta work for them. So yeah, that's about mods. Brief explanation on how they work. Where you can get them. Quick link to the mod store is down here on the left, and as you can see, it takes you right up there to the same place as the shipments. The shipments just brings you to all of them versus these. In terms of getting gear, if you've already figured out, or you probably already have, this is typically where I get a lot of gear, and just because it's easy to scroll through here and pick up your 3 shipments that you got to purchase every day as part of your daily events. But sometimes when you're working on a character's gear and you hit find, it'll bring you to here too. And as you can see, it's going to take some crystals to buy some of this gear, but yeah, that's about it, man. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to hit me up. That's kind of how the mod system works.